Well, that was one heck of a cinematic intro. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be going through and playing something called The Hunter Call of the Wild. So fun fact about me, I am a big time hunter. I love to hunt. It's a passion of mine. It's something that I spend a whole lot of time doing. So this is something that I really wanted to jump into and just see what it was all about. This game claims to be really realistic and the scenery's supposed to be awesome, and a lot of people really rave about this game, so I'm kind of excited to see what this is all about. Gonna be starting from scratch, just creating a character. I really don't know what to expect. I never played this before. I did buy the DLC for the Mississippi Acres because I'm a Mississippi boy and just thought it'd be cool to jump in here and see what this looks like. Is my home state, and it should be a lot of the terrain that I'm used to seeing, and a lot of the same wildlife that I'm used to seeing and hunting. So should be pretty interesting. I'm hoping this is going to be as fun as everybody else makes it out to be. Like I said, I don't really know what to expect. That, fun fact, looks like an old case tractor. Closed cab case tractor.
And there's the state line. Welcome to the Deep South, rookie.
Ooh, that's loud.
We've got wetlands, the blues, and the American story.
Rookie.
Not to mention some
Call
of the
me
best
rookie.
hunting you'll find anywhere on this earth. But the floods this year have been worse than ever, and our
Mississippi
community
does
is
have
at
a
its
whole lot
breaking
of good
point.
deer hunting, by the
Camp
way.
Haven, the summer camp we worked so
Hard
hard to
hunting,
open
but
last
there is a
year,
lot of
is
good
under
hunting here.
threat.
There's all kinds of stuff you can hunt, pretty much
If there's
anything.
one thing I've learned living here, it's that Mississippi Acres folk are resilient. We don't need a savior, just a little extra help. And that's where you come in. Looks like the end of the road. I'm so sorry, but I've actually got to run. I've got a pile of papers I need to grade. I'll call you as soon as I've got a signal. Promise.
So I never hunted any type of preserve or game preserve. Everything I hunt around here is just public land. Wild pig, flea.
There, finally. I had to add actual cell service to the list of things I miss about Chicago. Sorry that I'm so short on Southern hospitality right now, but we've got a bit of a situation. Steve Ernie from our flood relief committee was out delivering supplies to elders who couldn't evacuate on time. The levee overtopped and his trunk got totally submerged. Everything scattered. He got away safe, but we don't have the funds to let anything go to waste. Can you go take a look? The water should have mostly receded by now. I'll mark the location on your hunter mate. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't realize there was going to be a storyline to this. More or less, I just thought that I was going to come in here and set out to hunting. One thing I have to say is it looks pretty good. The game looks nice. The rifle looks good. The scope is not something that I would expect to see on a gun like this. That scope tube there directly above the sights, it's awful small, so you're not going to get a lot of light intake, but I don't really know what caliber this rifle is, but that's another thing too. I'm not sure about this whole picking up tracks on the pavement. Now, roads are a really good place to look for sign when it comes to hunting, because deer and other various wildlife do really love to hang out on the sides of the roads. Grass is usually planted. I'm not real sure why, but they do hang out on the sides of roads. So one thing, if you're hunting, that you want to look for is it is really common to find a lot of good animal sign along road beds. So you can scout, which just means going out and looking for sign a lot from your truck. You can drive down the road, pull over on the side of the road, walk down the edges and see what you can find for crossings, and a lot of times that'll give you a good indication as to where these wildlife are hanging out. I do that a whole lot deer hunting. If you want to check my credentials, by the way, as a hunter, feel free to bounce over to my other YouTube channel, Everyday Sportsman. I'll put a link down here in the video description for this one. But basically, I just have another channel that is completely dedicated to hunting. I've been doing that channel for several years now and have gotten a fairly decent following, and really, really love to get out and film wildlife. It adds a whole nother aspect to hunting. It's hard enough just to get out there and hunt and kill an animal, but to do it with a camera and the weapon, it's a real challenge, but it's rewarding. Eastern cottontail. I've shot many of those in my day. So I've been hunting for probably a little over 20 years now, and mostly bow hunting. I'll tote a rifle, but it's not what I would prefer. I'd a lot rather be hunting with a bow. I like the challenge of bow hunting. What in the heck was that? Oh. Am I allowed to just shoot stuff right now? I mean, in Mississippi, we do have a alligator season. But it's a draw system, so you have to like apply for a tag and then get drawn for it to be able to shoot them. You cannot just walk up in anywhere just with a regular license and shoot an alligator. Oh, there he is right there. That sucker's hissing at me. That's a horrible sound. I don't know if that's what alligators really sound like. I ain't never walked up on one that got frustrated with me like that. And I have seen a bunch of alligators while I was out hunting, but I ain't never walked up on one that set out to hissing at me like that. I really don't want to do no mission. I kind of just want to go hunting. I don't crouch. Ooh, I whistled. Well, there's prone. Yeah, that's the last thing I need to do, is lay down there with a darn gator. Oh, heck, how do I get back up? Oh, heck. Well, crap. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty keyboard illiterate. I'm not too well. I don't know very much what I'm doing when it comes to playing with a keyboard and mouse. I've always played with a controller. Okay, now we're up. Get that rifle back out.
You're almost there. You starting to get goosebumps, or is it just me? The Delta's a weird place. He said he got stuck somewhere over there by those cypress knees. Bingo. Those are the supplies. You got everything? Thanks. This is doing us a huge favor. Hey, are the shadows playing tricks, or is that a briefcase I'm seeing on my feed? Let me make a quick call. Hey, Mrs. Tackett. My new counselor's out where Steve dropped the flood supplies, and there's a briefcase hanging from a tree branch. You know if that's... Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Give me just a sec. She wants to talk to you.
Well, Miss Davis has got you out on a fine excursion this time of night. Betty Tackett here, chairwoman of the Mississippi Delta Big Game Club. I hate to ask, Sugar, but can you grab the briefcase? Steve's a little ornery, and he'll pitch a fit if he don't get his papers back.
You'll have to... Well, nothing to it.
What about this accent they giving us there? What does it want? Is it wanting me to shoot this branch? I mean, if I was going to shoot a tree and I had this little shotgun.
Hear that, Mrs. Tackett? You are phenomenal. What happened to that rookie kid I got my hunting license with who couldn't hit a broadside shot on a stationary target?
side clear. I'm gonna extend you an invite if you keep that up. I'm down for the count since I broke my neck, but Steve will get you an application. Hell, he owes you.
Good Lord.
Let's take that later, why don't we? We gotta let you
Reckon
go,
how
Miss
Miss
Taggett.
Taggett broke her neck.
All the best
Goodness
now.
gracious.
Don't be a stranger, y'all.
Well, how in the heck do I pick this briefcase up? They want me to
Betty's
take this
lovely,
sucker
but
back to old...
she's as southern
say
as
her
all
name
get
was?
out, as they say in these parts, with everything that entails.
Country is
Any
cornbread
markings
wedding
on that
cake.
briefcase? Not that I don't believe
Southern
it's
as all
Steve's, it's
get out.
just
Steve.
I don't see anything
We gotta
suspicious.
take Steve's supplies
Let's get those
back
supplies
to
to
him.
the people who need them.
By the way, I've cut down a bunch of little old tree saplings with a shotgun over the years. You know,
There's
get
an
your buddies
outpost
out
not
in the
far from
woods
here.
and just
Can you swing by and drop the
decide you
briefcase
want
and
to chop down
supplies
a
off
tree. Now
there?
you got a
Maybe
rifle
get your
or a
breath back too.
shotgun. Just saying, a tube full of 12 gauge 6-shot will chop down
This
a pretty good
codex
sized
has a full
sapling.
listing of Emmy's patented tips and tricks for how to survive the Mississippi Delta, free of charge. Just, don't read the back.
I don't know if I have to play this story mode or what just to get through to where I can just go out hunting or what, or if I'm allowed to just be shooting whatever right now or just go on out on my own. Okay, this is some sort of predator call. It seemed like maybe a rabbit distress.
Hey, I know you've got work to do, but when you're stalking out here, it's best to take it slow, like a long, hot, lazy Delta summer.
Well, I'd love to take it slow, but I can't figure out how to quit sprinting.
Yeah, I know, crawling around in the mud is gross. It's also the best way to get close to your prey. So make like the gators and get down on all fours.
Hey, there we go. I guess I ought to be reading all these tutorials over here on the side. That's about my luck. Did it tell me how to make myself walk slower? Or did I, oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay, so this is a bleat.
Not gonna lie, living in a wetland does have its advantages.
This is a deer bleat.
Look at the definition
think.
on those tracks.
Yeah, so does bleat. And
How's your
usually
animal
that'll,
lease? Well, that's
usually
why
that'll call
collars
up
exist.
a
Don't be too proud
buck,
to
but
use
most
them.
of the time the best time to use bleat can is during the rut, which is just a breeding time for deer. And typically, deer are not very vocal throughout the season except during times like the rut.
Hunting's all about planning,
my
right?
goodness.
And planning starts with glassing. Get to know what's out there, you'll have a much easier time.
Well, I need a doggone gun. I'm getting chased by an alligator. God almighty, I would have passed away. Oh, well, I mean, I heard something running, but I
You've
had
got
no
your
idea a
cypress
freaking
barks,
alligator
your
was just going to be
loblollies,
chasing
your
me.
shrubs. Plenty to hide behind out here. Just be careful not to make too
Where's
much
that?
noise.
Where's that big hog leg of a pistol I was toting around a second ago? I want that big old freaking revolver. There it is. Old 6-shooter. 357 Magnum. That right there would do a number on the alligator, folks. That would 100% do a number on the alligator. Why am I so doggone slow?
You are stomping around like an ornery 6th grader throwing a temper tantrum. Why don't you try to keep it down a bit? See if that helps.
Well, because I'm a long freaking way from that 530 meter waypoint you got put out over here. What is this, a tobacco field? What is this? Sorghum, maybe? This ain't no crop I'm familiar with, that's for sure. And I do hunt in the Delta some. I am not from the Mississippi Delta, mind you, but I do hunt down the Mississippi Delta, which is some excellent, excellent deer hunting, by the way. But it's really tough. Like, you're gonna have to walk miles and compete with a bunch of other people, because hunting is it's a big time tradition here, deep rooted, and everybody hunts. That's gonna be hogs, or should be hog. The way you can tell is because, see how they're rounded? Deer actually have a much pointier tip to their toes, whereas a hog or swine has a circular pattern. So I'd be willing to bet you it's going to be a wild hog. Another fun fact about pigs in Mississippi is we don't really have like wild hogs. We have feral pigs, which basically means at some point in time, tame pigs bred with wild pigs, and that's how we ended up with a bunch of feral hogs. We don't really have like Russian boar or anything like that around here. And they're not as aggressive either as like a true wild boar would be. And it is illegal to hunt at night with a light like this. Though it isn't uncommon in Mississippi, I'm telling you, but this is very much illegal. You can't hunt with a darn flashlight. Well, you can if you're coon hunting, which I have done a lot of times. So we run coon dogs and tree coons up, and they'll run them up a tree, and you can actually shine a spotlight up there and shoot them. I'm trying to find somewhere where I can lay down and go to bed. Heck, I like to hunt early in the mornings, middle of the day, and late in the evenings. I don't much care for trekking through the woods in the middle of the darn night. Also, guys, if y'all are watching this and you enjoy me running around like an idiot on these games, I am completely open to playing
Gators
whatever.
and bears are enough to get anyone's pulse racing, unless your name's Hulk Collier. Deep breaths. You got this.
Bears? Well, you darn sure can't kill a bear in the Mississippi Delta. There are bears in the Mississippi Delta, but we do not have any type of a season on bear right now. They're a protected species, and yeah, you better not shoot no bear. But hey, it's a game. Well, you know, what can I expect? Anyway, like I was saying, I'm completely open to playing other games. If y'all just want to hear me walk around and play something, be sure to leave a comment down there and tell me what you'd like to hear me play. What is that? Ooh, a coon. I can shoot one of those. Let's do this whole... I can't see him. Is that him right there? I could have sworn I seen eyes. This is probably the most realistic thing that I could be hunting at this time of night. Running a flashlight like this. I'm really hoping I get an opportunity to go on a deer hunt. Down in the Mississippi Delta, I mean, it's pretty famous for deer. There's a lot of big deer come out of the Mississippi Delta. There's something. What we got? Maybe he'll come out in this little clearing right here. Oh, there he is.
You already got enough shooting advice for me to last a lifetime way back when, rookie. Remember what old Mr. Harvey taught us. Aim, breathe, fire.
Ooh, goodness
Aim,
gracious. I done
breathe,
spooked him,
fire.
didn't I? Now, you know dang good well you ain't finna sneak up on a raccoon like that. I've stalked up on bedded deer,
I
but
forget to breathe sometimes when there's a million things happening at once, but that's not a bad thing when you've got a shot lined up. Just remember to get your breath back after.
why is there an alligator up here in a doggone crop field? Hey, fun fact, one time I found an alligator in a cattle pond out in a place that wasn't too far from the house, and I actually have some pictures of me on that alligator. Caught a 7-foot 2-inch alligator out of a cow pasture once. Pretty interesting story. Flesh, right lung, heart, left lung. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what you want to do. Shoot them in the vitals. Probably up in this area more on a coon. Weapon score. 36, distance 10 meters. 357 jacketed hollow point. Well, that'll 100% do it. That's a neat color on that thing. It's awful blonde. Most of the coons you see around here, they're real black and white, pretty much. I mean, they're not typically this light. How do I save this horror? Oh, what does that mean? Bronze rating. Where do you see that at? Am I missing something? Class 2. Difficulty trivial. So there. Oh well, there you go. Fur type blonde. Duh. Just read, dummy. I know just cause I'm from Mississippi, I can read. I'm not totally illiterate, and I do wear shoes.
You know, most Delta folks aren't especially well off. Never take this for granted, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, y'all a bunch of lying fools predicting these Delta folks like they just poor and pitiful. Folks, there's a lot of rich people in the Delta. There are multi-million-dollar mansions sitting over millions of acres of cotton fields and stuff. Now, there are some poor areas, but it ain't near like the rest of the world makes it out to be. Just a fun fact. Not saying they're not there. There's a bunch of them. But Mississippi gets such a bad reputation, and it's just not. It's not nearly as bad as what people make it out to be. Of course, then again, I guess to be completely fair, your idea of poor and my idea of what would be considered poor might be totally different, because I ain't exactly well off myself.
Practice makes perfect, and you've had more of that than most. Right, Rookie?
Outpost unlocked. Fast travel facility. So is there like a mapping feature where I can pull up a whole map? And let's hit the M right here. Whoa, my goodness. Oh, this map is huge. Oh, wow. I mean, this looks like, I'm assuming this is supposed to indicate the Mississippi River. And this is the Delta land. This looks pretty realistic anyway, for how some of these little inlets would be coming in off the Mississippi River. That's cool to see. Let's see if I can't get up in here and take me a nap. A little hiatus. Access cache. Whoa. 223, so 556, 223, basically the same cartridge, just different powder loads. 223 would be really good for varmints and coyotes and things like that. 270 is a really good all-around cartridge. I've hunted with 270 on several occasions. I do not own one. I actually hunt with a 308 or and I have a 350 Legend and a 3030, and well, like I said, I'm from Mississippi. I got a bunch of guns, but that's irrelevant. 22 Hornet, that's a neat caliber. Basically, I guess it's 22 Magnum, as I'm assuming what this is supposed to be. But 22 Magnums are a lot of fun, and they're really good for shooting coons and possums, things like that. 338's a big round. So what I've got is Ranger 243. Okay. Okay. I have a lever action 3030 just like this. And that's one of my favorite guns that I own. I give $20 for that joker. So I'd like to bump up something along the. Well, what's that? Does that check mark mean that's what I've got is a 270 Stradivarius? No, that ain't. What? I don't know what that check mark means. Oh, owned. Okay. So that must be what that rifle I've got is that 270 Stradivarius. And this one's owned too, but I'm assuming that this one's not the one I'm toting. Lures. Oh, I thought it was gonna be fishing lures for a minute. Buck snort wheeze. That's not super common to hear a deer do, but they will do it if they're kind of aggressive. I don't use a call to do it, but this is the grunt, the snort wheeze, and then this is just a regular old grunt tube. So it really makes no sense to have two separate calls because this would be a grunt call and this would be a snort wheeze. I do that call with my mouth, and I'm not going to demonstrate that for you. So this is what I've got, a roe deer caller. It sounds kind of like a little rabbit distress call. We don't have roe deer. All right, that's enough of this. I'm sure you guys are not interested. Well,
You could just leave the stuff on the table there. I'll let Steve know. Thanks.
who doesn't love a good spurt? $250. What? Hmm. Let's go 1800. That's 6 o'clock, right? I'm assuming. Heck, I don't know. It's been so long since I used military time. I'm a former career firefighter. I spent 8 years in the fire service, and uh, everything operated off military time. But I left the fire service and been working for myself for the last year, and I guess I've just forgot everything I've learned for the last 8 years. Shut. There we go. Well, look at this. That's a swanky little setup. That's a mighty nice hunting lodge. Now here I am saying that and talking about Mississippi's not that as poor, and I'm looking at this like that'd make a nice house. This is just a cabin in the woods, folks. I'm actually working on building one of these right now. I bought a sawmill and I'm milling all the lumber myself, and I'm building a little 12 by 16 cabin on our property out here, my wife and I. The cabin I'm building is going to be kind of this style, actually. This is board and batten. That's what I'm going to put on the outside of the cabin. Well, this is a neat little old... Is this a hunting shed? I mean, is this supposed to be like a... Surely not. Surely this ain't supposed to be like a shooting house or something. I don't know if there's stands in this game or what. How you're supposed to actually hunt. I'm going right into the river. guess I'm supposed to do whatever this icon here is. Look at their outhouse. Reckon there's a bucket of corn cobs in there to wipe your butt with. And dadgummit, it won't let me look. We actually built one of those one time, outhouse. I've actually used outhouse. So the game looks really, really good. I like this a lot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun the more I get into it. If you guys like watching me run around and talk about these things, I mean, I'll keep playing it as long as y'all are interested in watching it.
Oh, Betty again? Can you pull her up on speakerphone?
Hey, Sugar, can I trouble you for a favor? The boys are having a meeting tonight to discuss our flood relief efforts, and it gets real chilly in the evenings this time of year. Well, usually they get a fire going, but right now, there ain't a single log of dry firewood anywhere in the state. And you know we've got elderly members. I believe you'll find a space heater in that outpost where you left the supplies. Could you be a dear and drop it off at our lodge?
Now, I could be totally mistaken, but what in the heck are you going to... First of all, you ain't fixing to pick up a doggone radiator heater and tote that joker around. If you ain't never picked one of these things up, they ain't light. And where am I going to put that? In my prison pocket?
Well, I'd hate to think of someone catching hypothermia.
You can catch a
By
whole
the
lot
way,
more than
the Big Game
hypothermia.
Club has been working together with the African American Hunting Club I'm a member of on flood relief efforts. We've, got some history. Not gonna lie, they weren't super enthusiastic about some transplant from Chicago buying up land and opening a summer camp here. Even Betty, and even though I've been coming here since I was little, I get these kids. But we've both got our priorities straight. The future of the community's what matters. Speaking of, we haven't had enough hands on deck to tend to everyone's needs up until now, so there are a couple of errands around the reserve that still need doing. I'll let you know if you're near somewhere you can help out. Let's head over to the Big Game Club's lodge. Make sure they get the heater before their meeting later on.
That's a long way to go. You know, you think I'm out here running all these errands for these folks, at least give me a four-wheeler or something. Side by side, heck, a pickup truck. I'm out here practicing for the thing, for a cross-country marathon. Well, I guess that is pretty realistic when it comes to the way I hunt. That's about the way I do. I walk miles and miles deer hunting.
We've got our own kind of FOMO here in the Delta. Fear of making obvious. And you have it bad right now. Try covering yourself up.
So I guess I am supposed to be hunting. I'm a little bit confused. Alright, what we got here? Alligator? That's what it looks like, alligator tracks. He's at a walk.
You ever stop and think that alligators are 65 million years old?
No.
That's kind of, lit, right? As my students say. You tracking gators, rookie? Want some advice? Hey, I don't want no silent treatment. You've read Camp Haven's handbook, right? Rule number 1. Our differences are our strengths. There's no shame in trying something new. I'll give you a few pointers. You show me what you can do. It's win-win. First, find where they gather. Following the waterway is a good bet. Just make sure you're packing appropriately. Their skulls are thicker than a Mississippi senator's. Check the Codex Field Guide if you need help.
So the voice acting in this is pretty good. I mean, I have to say. Realistically, I wouldn't want to be down in the water if I was chasing after an alligator or stumbling through these cypress knees. So these things right here will hurt you. You'll kick them and fall and land on them, and it's a bad day. I've done that duck hunting more times than I care to admit. Run a boat up on them in one of them old marshy bottoms. We do have a lot of cypress trees like this, and this does look pretty accurate as far as just how some of the terrain would look down in the delta. I don't know if this is a sleeping gator that I'm supposed to be stalking up on or what, but surely to goodness this 270 rifle would do it. Well, this may be a 243, but even still a 243, I mean, a 22 would kill one if you shoot them in the right spot. I'm trying to watch for sticks and make sure I don't step on nothing that's going to make some noise. And I don't know if this is even supposed to be a gator bedded here or what. I really don't know, or if this is just indicating a bedding area. I didn't know gators just got up on the land like this and slept. Oh. Just a bedding area. They're in here though, guys. They're in here somewhere. I just feel it in my bones. Right down in my plums. To me, this looks like a good area. You'd see gators laid up on. Maybe coming up in the reeds and sunning. Is it getting dark already? I guess my dumb butt slept till... What is going on? I'm so confused. This game's gonna take me a little bit of getting used to, I reckon. She did say that I was just out here stomping around, making all kinds of racket. So, if this is where I'm going, it's gonna take me 10 years to get over there. She's gonna fuss at me for going too fast. I do what I want. I hope you guys enjoy this type of thing. It'd be kind of fun to get back out here and just hunt different things over time. I think I would enjoy that a lot. Well, I can definitely see this being something that I can get into. Let's actually go try to kill something. Let's track an animal and see if we can't kill one. Maybe get up into some deer or alligator, something bigger than a raccoon. Not saying it ain't fun to shoot a raccoon. Raccoon hunting is fun, and believe it or not, the meat's actually pretty good to eat. I had a good friend of mine, his dad. One time we had a big event we were going to. Community was kind of getting together, having a big cooking, and that joker had killed a coon, and he put it in a crock pot, cooked it like a pot roast, and didn't tell nobody it was raccoon. And man, everybody ate the heck out of that thing, and it was good. But everybody about had a stroke when they found out it was a coon. Yeah, this feels like it's gonna take forever and be really slow. Green-winged teal. I've never been teal hunting. That teal season comes earlier than duck season, and that's not something that we ever really got into around where I'm at. But I know you can do it. I don't want no dang big gator to come running up out of there chasing me again. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at there. Figured out to turn my flashlight off. Now, this is a really good time to deer hunt. Right at dusky dark. Field edges like this, a crop fields, especially standing corn. Deer really, really love this type of thing. And, I mean, it wouldn't be nothing to see them crossing the road, getting into this corn to eat, or even staging it out in an area like this where you got open timber, staging between multiple fields like this. That would be super realistic to see something like that, or like to see deer tracks in the crop fields, or even pig tracks, you know, just anything like that. That'd be really realistic, true to life. I don't see a whole lot of rows to this. Don't look like it's planted very much in rows. I guess it is a little bit. I love to hunt crop fields. It's really, really nice. One of my favorite things to hunt. I go out of state and hunt all over the country in a lot of like high ag areas where they do a lot of farming and stuff. I have a whole lot of luck hunting places like that. But the Delta is really rich with agriculture, and the soil is really, really good from the runoffs of the rivers and stuff. It deposits a really, really mineral rich soil. And another interesting thing about that is the soil being so rich is part of why deer grow their antlers bigger. Like, you'll see bigger deer, bigger bucks, higher scoring bucks in areas that you have a darker, more mineral rich soil, because there's more nutrients in the crops. Guys, I'm probably just going to get back with y'all when I get a little bit closer to this place that I'm trying to go, because this is seemingly taking forever. Heck, I'd be running slow too if I had a dang radiator heater strapped to my back. The least they could have done was come pick me up. Alright, so I've been running for like 10 minutes and I'm nowhere near that waypoint, so I'm fast traveling back to the lodge where I set up to see if like
They're
maybe
not
I
the
missed
Ritz, but our
something.
outpost should keep you going out there. Just wipe your shoes before you head in.
I wish you'd hush. I'm just trying to see if I missed something, like maybe there's a vehicle somewhere around. I don't have to walk all the way over there, because my goodness, it's a long way. I'm just gonna hang out around here and hunt for a minute.
The Delta's not going anywhere. Get some shut-eye if you need it.
Stupid inward swinging doors. Hate an inward swinging door. Alright. Well, let's just do our own thing right here. Abandon the mission. And we're going to see if we can maybe kill a gator or something. I'm going to walk this way. Yeah. Probably need to get an actual weapon out, right? Oh, not a pistol. I guess I need to learn which key is which weapon. Okay, shotgun. 3 is my handgun, so 1 is my rifle. Alright. I'm going on a hunt. The heck with this mission. We gotta make something worth watching in this episode. We're just gonna take it nice and slow. Nice and slow, I'm straying off my course. Use my foliage for cover. Just ease through the woods. Stop and listen for a second. What we got right here? Oh, a mating call from a wild hog. So maybe he'll stay in that area for a minute. Let's go crouch down. Goodness, he walks slow. Huh. Ain't that something? Got a cell phone, I didn't even realize. I'm assuming that's wild hog tracks. Since it said that was a wild hog right here, I'm gonna just crouch down, ease out behind this bush, and just see what we can see. You can't see anything? Because I don't see diddly squat. It didn't seem like it was that far off. I mean, the tracks are right here. You know, wild pigs are pretty big. Seem like something you'd not have any kind of trouble seeing. Just a big black mass moving through the grass. Does it tell like the age of the track, or it's like a bed at a
These
track?
goddamn hogs are a nuisance. They eat anything and everything, and their ornery is all hell on approach. Don't underestimate them, rookie.
Hey, that's the truth now. Pigs will absolutely tear up some crops. They ruin millions and millions of dollars in crops every year. Oh, I seen him, I think. I seen movement of some sort right there. I don't know if that's maybe an animal of some sort. I could have sworn I saw movement. Hard to tell, isn't it? I'm gonna say that pig is out here in this crop field just wreaking havoc. I'm about to wreak some havoc of my own. If I can find this joker, we're gonna lay him on down. I shot a big pig this year with my bow when I was deer hunting one day. So pigs are considered a nuisance in Mississippi, and you can shoot them anytime there's an open season with any weapon, as long as it's a weapon for the season. So I was deer hunting, and I had a bunch of pigs come in, and I actually killed one with my bow this year. That was pretty neat. Pretty fun hunt. That's over on my other channel. I feel like sure as day long, as soon as I stand up, that sucker's gonna be sitting right here somewhere. What was that? Maiden call. There he is, right there. Alright. Well, that's a long ways off, ain't it? Should I go prone, or should I just try to sneak up a little further? I guess I can stay up in these fields, or whatever these are. I don't know what the heck they are, but some sort of crop. I can stay down low. See if I can't get a little bit closer. Pigs are really, really, really tough. I don't know if I need to go prone or... Turn him around, made a perfect shot. Goodness gracious, look at
I
there.
used to be super squeamish. I dress a deer like the proest of the pros now, but the first time I shot one and saw blood, I think I threw up.
Well, that's sad. I like to put my hands all up in the guts. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't really like to do that. I do love to eat some deer meat, though, now. And I don't have any problem cleaning them to get deer meat. I've been doing a carnivore diet, and I have literally lived off of deer meat and eggs for quite a while now. I think I got a good hit on that pig. He looked wounded the way he was.
That you? Just kidding. I'm sure you're clean as a whistle. You'd better be if you don't want animals to sniff you out.
Yeah, I don't much believe in scent control. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think if an animal gets downwind of you, you're pretty much screwed. You can wash your body all you want to, but you can't stop from breathing. That was pretty realistic, though, how I shot that pig and all the other pigs come running out of the crops. Typically, pigs travel with a lot of them together, and that is very much a realistic thing. I believe that pig was right in here somewhere. I'm assuming that I'm gonna cut a blood trail somewhere, but this actually seems further than where the pig I shot was standing. I could have swore that pig was standing more back this way. You shoot a pig with a high-powered rifle, especially where I hit that one, and there's gonna be blood. Did I just roll a rabbit with my shotgun? Well, there you go. We've killed a coon, we've killed a rabbit. It's pretty simple there, huh? I guess I'll save that harvest. That way at least I know I've killed more than one thing. Boy, this has been an interesting experience, I have to say.
Cottontails are adorable if you can spot them.
They're good to eat.
Luckily for you, they're super territorial, so once you found a good spot, you'll be eating rabbit stew for days.
Now, I know that pig and all them other pigs run out this way. What's this blue one right here? That's poop. Poop. Wait a second. Uh-oh. What we got? Bleed rate very low. Well, that's horse crap. There's nothing wrong with that shot that I made. And it was very much a lethal shot on a pig. Pig's vitals sit really far forward. Like, way up behind what they call their shoulder. It's a shoulder guard, which just means that they have like a really thick bone right up by their shoulder, right at their necks. And that's where pigs have the most protection, and that's where their vitals sit. They sit far forward like that. So the shot that I took when that pig turned was very realistic. But as a hunter, it is my duty to do everything I can to recover the animal or track it down and get a follow-up shot. I mean, it looked like it went this way. That wouldn't be very realistic at all. I'm just telling y'all. If I shot that pig right there where I hit that pig with a 243, no further than that was, that's a dead pig all day. This may be some sort of bedding area here.
Gray foxes are actually redder than you might get from their name. So if you find yourself confusing them with red foxes, take a look at the tail. If you see a black stripe and tip, it's a gray fox you're dealing with.
We do actually get to see a fairly good bit of red foxes here in Mississippi. I've seen several over the last few years. They're really pretty. Not something you'd shoot or anything. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of surprised I ain't run up on no pigs. I guess that was not a good shot. I don't know what this game thinks is a good shot, but all I can say is I disagree. Strongly disagree. There's just a good looking cornfield. I'm gonna have to edit so much of this video out, or I'm just running like stupid long stretches of road with nothing going on. You know, now that I say that out loud, that's, at least it's pretty realistic. So, I mean, if you were just walking down a road like this, you're not just going to be seeing deer and rabbits and hogs and all kinds of stuff running around every which way. I mean, that's just not how it is. It's not realistic. So I guess going these long distances like this without seeing anything, it is a little bit more the way it would be in real life. Boy, this is a pretty area, isn't it? It was. I was fixing to say, I think that was a bobwhite quail. We don't have a whole lot of quail left in Mississippi. I think they were overhunted, and we have a big predator issue with coyotes and foxes and things getting the eggs, and raccoons. So we don't really have the quail population that we used to. I know that my grandfather was a big time quail hunter. Loved to run his bird dogs and hunt quail. And by the time I was old enough to do any hunting myself, the quail population was just pretty much non-existent. So I've never even gotten to go bird hunting like that before. Get a shotgun out just in case I bump up a covey of quail. I'm gonna take a chance of shooting one of them bad boys. I don't know if you can actually shoot something up out of the air, but I'm playing bird dog right here running through these crop fields where I know there's quail in the area. What's that? Warning call, bobwhite quail. We'll spook them up. So can you get like dogs in this game? I mean, is that a thing where you can actually have dogs come out, run up quail, and shoot them that way? I mean, I'm assuming that would be a thing, yeah. Seems like it would be. What is going on right there? I'm seeing leaves lay down. But I don't see. Oh, you dirtbag. Though I did walk up and spook a covey of quail. Would you look at that? That's exactly what I was trying to do. Except I didn't have no bullets in my gun. Story of my life. Always some bull crap going on. I'll do something stupid. Miss an opportunity. This last year, one of the biggest bucks I've seen hunting public land in Mississippi, I didn't have a bullet chambered yet. I had just got off the road. You're not supposed to have one in the chamber when you're on the road. So I had just stepped in the woods, and I was standing there just kind of looking around, and technically I could have already chambered around, but I had not yet. And sure enough, a really, really big 8-point came trotting right out in front of me and stopped, and by the time I got one levered, he'd done turned and took off running. It happens. Let's see if we can make it to the lookout tower, and that's probably where we'll call it for this video. If you want to see more of this, guys, like I said, leave a comment or tell me what you want to see me play. I'll go get pretty much any game you guys would like to watch me play through, and yeah, I'd be more than willing to try anything. I ain't even gonna try to kill a fox. I don't know enough about what I'm doing yet to even be sneaky. Probably in real life, if I was gonna shoot a fox, I'd, take a predator call, make a setup, getting good cover set up, that kind of thing.
It can be hard to tell one slough from another down here sometimes. If you're having trouble, try going up.
Set up in an area like this, open area with some timber and stuff around you. Get backed up in one of these bushes like this right here. Just take you a good old crouch. Get backed up where you got some cover. And if you had a decoy, put it out right there. And then get you a call. Let's see what I got in my call inventory. Binoculars. That's the roe deer. Bleat. That's a predator call right there. Rabbit in distress. I probably spooked that little old gray fox so far out of the country he ain't even able to hear that call from where he is. Well, guys, I guess that's going to about wrap it up for this video. To be completely fair, I really don't know what I'm doing as far as how to play this game, but it looks really good. I think it could be a lot of fun. It's got a lot of potential to do some cool stuff. It'd be fun to get buddies out here and go do different hunts for different species and stuff. We did manage to kill a raccoon, a blonde one, which I've never seen before, and shot a rabbit, which I've seen a bunch of. They make real good dumplings, by the way. Good rabbit dumplings. But I'm going to climb up this tower and look around, and then I'm probably going to bounce up off of here. Look at this, a nice picnic area here on the side of this giant watchtower. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't think that's something that we have in my area, apparently. What's that? I want to know how this fool hears an alligator from 140 meters away. Goodness gracious, got some ears like a radar. Oh, isn't this neat? Sit here and cook you a nice pot of soup and make you a pot of coffee in the mornings. Heck, you just need a bed up here. I wouldn't want to stay at one of them outposts. This is where I'd sleep. Got you some spurt. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Had a good time getting out and doing a little bit of hunting. So far, I like it pretty well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Be interesting to see what all I can come up with, especially looking at this. Looks like there may be some deer, maybe some turkey tracks if that's not a duck. So it'll be a lot of fun to Be a lot of fun to see what all species they have, get after it, and see just what all I can kill. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. If you hadn't already, guys, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me comments. I want to see, I want feedback from you guys. Let me know what you think about it, what you want to see in the future, what you want me to do next on Call of the Wild. And just stay updated with me. And we'll see you guys in the next one.